I got really good at this stuff. I built the right kind of relationships with people in university, and I applied my skills to get a great job upon graduation while others had a hard time. I was still only 22 at this point, and I was too busy focusing my skills on my career to realize that there was a lot more to it. Let's fast forward over the next 8 years. I got married. I applied my skills to make a highly rewarding and unconventional career shift. Then, when I was 30 years old, we had our first baby. Anne changed my life forever. Just talking about this is making all the memories flood back of me holding her for the first time. And that first moment, holding this tiny baby of mine, it hit me that I had a much bigger responsibility than ever before. By the time she was entering the terrible twos, my wife was pregnant again with our second daughter, Elizabeth. We didn't need any more stress, believe me. Here's where my training starts to come in, and thanks for bearing with me so far. The challenges and problems that we faced with Anne were very typical. She would say no to us a lot. She would point at things that she wanted and cry if we didn't give them to her. She'd have fits or throw tantrums if we didn't live up to her expectations. I bet you can relate, right? That's when I finally clued into the idea that all of my expertise in building relationships and influencing people would probably work on small children too. The tools just needed to be reworked to fit parenting situations rather than business situations. I started making notes on every new idea that hit me. I'd test them out on Annie the Terrible, and they'd work like magic. Then came the one moment that clinched it all for me. I realized how powerful this stuff was and how nobody else was doing or teaching these ideas. I was in the grocery store with my pregnant wife and daughter. There we were in the checkout line, waiting to pay for our groceries. Anne was in the shopping cart with her eyes at the perfect height to see the candy. I mean, seriously, they must set up the checkout aisles like this on purpose. Kid sees candy, kid asks, then begs for candy, parent says no, kid freaks out, secret camera captures it all, and you end up on YouTube. Well, as you can guess, Anne really wanted this chocolate candy called Smarties. The packaging is brilliant. You simply can't miss them. She smiled. Oh yes, it always starts that way. Then she pointed at them and said in her cave child voice, "Want this?" My wife started to say no to her, and I could literally see the meltdown beginning to take shape. Her lips started to quiver. That's usually the clear sign. Thank goodness I was quick on my feet that day instead of staring down at my BlackBerry. I quickly tested out a new technique that I'd been perfecting. It's called the distraction method. Yes, I know, very fancy title. It's an elegant technique that starts with something we already talked about, building rapport. If you forget this step, you're in trouble, seriously. But nobody's teaching this. Anyway, I built rapport and used a special distraction technique to completely avert the meltdown and the walk of shame over to the parking lot. What a relief that was. I took the time to take my communication skills and adapt them for use with children. What I developed is a unique, effective toolbox for parents. Nobody is teaching this stuff. Terrible twos? How about terrific toddlers instead? I've always been a natural teacher, so after experimenting on my own kids, I started working with other parents. The results were truly spectacular. Parents no longer felt like they were out of control. Kids started to behave better. The results were fast, and best of all, the strategies I teach maintain a child's dignity and actually help the child understand how to make better choices. I turned all of this into a course called Talking to Toddlers. The techniques that you'll learn will work on any age group. I always chuckle when wives email me to share stories about using a technique on their husband. But the examples are really geared towards the 2 to 6-year-old age range, so not just toddlers. My course is unique because it's the only program that breaks down the science of communication and applies it to kids with a parent-approved emphasis on creating positive influence in children. Here are just some of the techniques you'll learn. Get your kids to say yes instead of no. If you find yourself successfully using the same strategy on your spouse, coworker, or boss, you have my permission to blame me. Quickly kill that bad mood. I'll show you how to use natural emotional cues to install a magic button that you can push to change your child's mood. Get children to stop changing their minds so much. I'll teach you exactly how to stop this, but in a positive way. It eliminates your stress and frustration while building your child's confidence at the same time. It's win-win. The best way to use consequences. I'll explain to you exactly what steps you're probably missing when threatening consequences. This will dramatically boost your success in using consequences. How to sidestep a temper tantrum. I'll teach you multiple tools that will save you unbelievable amounts of frustration. I love getting emails from parents who experience the difference these make. Plant positive ideas in your child's mind. You will learn to plant suggestions for specific behavior, like going to bed, eating dinner, or feeling comfortable on the potty. But the real power here is how you can instill confidence, strength, love, and other feelings. You need to know this. Now, I've got an important question for you. Remember what it was like to take your infant child out of the house? So long as you had your ultimate toolkit, the diaper bag, you felt comfortable, right? It had all the supplies you needed to deal with unexpected problems. Leaky diaper, anyone? We've all been there. But now, you need a different sort of diaper bag. The tools you need have changed. Talking to Toddlers is your toddler toolbox. It's your security blanket for the terrible twos and beyond. It's what gives you the confidence you can handle all those behavior problems nobody ever showed you how to deal with. Speaking of diapers and clothes, I'm sure you've thought about the investment required to raise a young child. Hundreds of dollars every month on all of those baby and toddler items. And then there's all the spending on activities and childcare. So how much are you investing, if anything, on tools to help you enjoy your time with your kids and reduce potential marital stress? You deserve to spend a little something on yourself once in a while, don't you? Grab a copy of my course, Talking to Toddlers. Click the button below and let's get started. I've created two options for you. Option 1 is the complete Talking to Toddlers manual. This is a digital book you'll download instantly. It also comes with a special cheat sheet I created to give you an at-your-fingertips summary of all of the language techniques. You'll also join my customers-only email list where you'll get special bonus tips and lessons because I care about supporting my customers. The complete manual is priced at $37. Option 2 is the premium audio package. You get everything that I described in option 1, plus you get the entire course delivered as professionally recorded audio files. These instant downloaded audios will play on your computer or iPod, and of course you can use them to make your own CDs if you're the least bit tech savvy. Otherwise, if you need CDs shipped to you, just look a little lower down on this page and you'll find a spot where you can order them. The audios really improve your learning because I can demonstrate the techniques to you. It's the next best thing to a live teaching session. The audio package is $67, but I've decided that for a limited time, I'm not going to charge you $67. Instead, I'll upgrade you to the audio package for free when you order the $37 package. So as long as this video is up, which won't be forever, you get the free upgrade to the audio version and you get the best possible learning at the lowest possible price. Remember, you'll download everything as soon as you finish submitting the order form. You can start doing this right now. The other thing you need to know is that I insist on offering you a 100% money-back guarantee. You can try my course for yourself for 60 days, and if for any reason you aren't totally thrilled with the results, you'll get every penny back. You'll have access to my direct email address, so there's zero risk and there's nothing to physically return. Consider it for a moment as you make your decision to invest in Talking to Toddlers. You can either take action now with no risk, or you can continue doing what you've been doing, and through no fault of your own, I'm guessing it's not giving you the results you wanted. I'd love for you to be my next success story, but you've got to be the one to push the button and make the decision. I'll be waiting for you in the customer's area. You deserve it.